In deep space, a trial is being held. Alien races are seeking justice against an unknown culprit, and a group known as Manhunters are brought to capture him. Turns out, Green Lantern, John Stewart, is the accused. John roams around the city. Laid back, he finds a robbery taking place. He follows the thug and stops him, dragging him and making it rain. He then randomly takes a jump shot, but misses. He's reunited with an old teacher of his. Meanwhile, at the Justice League headquarters, Flash is hitting on any female he can find. Suddenly an alarm sounds, and the Manhunters are seen entering the Earth's atmosphere. The available members of the League go after them to deal with the situation. Back on Earth, John sits at a barbershop. The Manhunters arrive outside, but Martian Manhunter stops them. They refuse to cooperate and yeet Hawk Girl away. Flash catches her, and a fight breaks out, but the Manhunters are too strong. The Justice League is manhandled, and even Flash is dealt with easily. Hawkgirl gets crushed once again before Superman intervenes, but even he is struggling. He's able to defeat some of them, but he gets shot from behind. Martian Manhunter crushes one of them and Flash saves him. Green Lantern goes to check out the commotion in the neighborhood. Before the battle escalates, Green Lantern intervenes and stops it. He willingly gives up his ring and tells the Justice League to stay out of it, before he's taken away. They go to the other side of the galaxy, and the crowd is enraged as Green Lantern is brought to court. Meanwhile, the Lantern Corp is monitoring the situation. Green Lantern is put in front of his brethren and something suspicious seems to be going on. Green Lantern is imprisoned before his trial, and he feels a deep sadness, which Martian Manhunter picks up and the League tracks him that way. They locate him and get on their way, but they are attacked by defenses. The heroes head out to disable their weapons without too much violence, but Hawkgirl gets out of hand, and Superman hurries to rescue one of the ships and puts out the fire. Meanwhile, they forgot that the Flash has no idea how to fly this ship, and he barely lands it in one piece. Immediately, the guards open fire as soon as he steps out. Superman intervenes, and the League starts to handle the situation with ease. Martian Manhunter is too OP. At the same time, Green Lantern is on trial, but the Justice League breaks into court and begins to handle business with the guards. Superman prevents the situation from escalating any further, and they're allowed to attend the trial. A witness is called, and it is a pirate. The pirate says that John did horrible things, and that is why he is testifying against him. They probe his memories, and we see that John stopped the pirate's ship, but backup had arrived. He tried to shoot the ships down, but his laser beam deflected and bounced into a volcano on a nearby planet, causing a chain reaction that made the entire planet explode, and resulting in the death of 3 billion lives. Appalled by this, the court decides to take a break, and the Justice League thinks that they're lying, but John says that everything that was said was the truth. He did this. Later on, the Justice League still can't believe what happened. Superman decides that he wants to look into the matter further, and he asks the rest to slow down the trial. He takes Martian Manhunter with him, and goes to investigate what happened, having an intuition that something is fishy. The pirate observes them from afar as they depart. Sus. Back at the trial, John seems to have given up. He's not even defending himself. Flash objects to what's happening, and acts as his lawyer, causing trouble at the court. However, the judges agree with Flash that John deserves a fair trial, but if Flash loses the case, he'll share the same penalty as the accused. The Flash agrees to the terms and begins wasting time and hindering things. Hawkgirl, though, has another plan. She goes to the bar and confronts the other Lanterns for not having John's back and believing in him. They say that they're ashamed of him, and Hawkgirl is enraged and attacks them. The barkeeper pleads not to use weapons, and she happily obliges, beating the crap out of them with these hands. They keep coming, and she keeps beating, sending them crashing left and right. They have no answer for her until their leader stops the fight and admits that she's right. He decides that he's going to help John, and they head out. As they go, Hawkgirl spots the pirate talking to one of the Manhunters. Sus again. The Flash continues defending John and wasting more time, and the judges notice. One of the Lanterns comes in as a witness to defend John. Meanwhile, Superman investigates the moon of the planet that exploded and finds out that the planet didn't really explode because the moon is still orbiting it. The Lantern continues to be questioned, and he starts stuttering on his answers. Finally, the Guardians come in to try and resolve the situation. Martian Manhunter finds a giant structure on the moon. He theorizes that it was used to create one giant illusion and fake the explosion of the planet. Suddenly, they're attacked by the pirate. We knew he was sus. Hawkgirl arrives from behind and attacks. Superman climbs out of the rubble and the pirate is shot down. Superman joins in and grabs the pirate out of his ship and takes him in. Hawkgirl knows who's behind the attacks. Turns out it was the Manhunters all along. They were out for revenge against the Lanterns and the Guardians for some reason. Back at the trial, the Guardians explain the way of the Lanterns. But the trial is not going their way at all. The judges are done with the Flash's antics. Finally, they decide that John is guilty. They sentence him to death as well as the Flash. They are then taken away, and John accepts his fate. They are locked away and begin to be vaporized. Suddenly, Superman and Martian Manhunter arrive to save them from the chamber, claiming that John is innocent. Meanwhile, Hawkgirl destroys the illusion, and the planet appears to be just fine. Superman explains that John is being framed, and then John attacks the pirate, who confesses that he was paid by the Manhunters to make all of this up. They depart, and the Guardians try to escape quickly, but the Justice League starts to question them. They revealed that they created the Manhunters long ago, but found that they were failed protectors, so they gave them lesser duties and created the Lantern Corps, and the Manhunters held a grudge ever since. The Manhunters go back to Oa and begin to attack the Guardians' base. It is an all-out battle, and countless troops come in. They sabotage the Lantern Corps and try to rip their hideout open. But the Justice League arrives and starts to fight back. They show their excellent teamwork, and it is now payback time. The Manhunters fire a big gun, but the Justice League continues their assault. One by one, they defeat them all. The Green Lanterns arrive to join the attack, and asses are being handed back to the Manhunters. The Guardians try to defend their positions, but they are infiltrated. John hurries to save them, but he is caught from behind. He tries to stop the leader, but the Manhunter claims that the Lantern powers are rightfully theirs. John is surprisingly beaten, and the Manhunter leader steps into the power source, and he becomes a mighty being. He sucks in all the power from all the Lanterns and Guardians, but John is not going away without a fight. He repeats the Lantern Oath and sucks the being into his ring and sends it back into the abyss. The Guardians thank John, and in the aftermath, the Lanterns hit on Hawkgirl. They thank John and apologize for abandoning him, and he's disappointed in them, joining his Justice League team instead, who believed in him at all times. They finally decide to depart, and the day is saved. This was a story from the Justice League animated series. If you've enjoyed this, let us know, and we'll continue to deliver on your favorite TV series. It is interesting to note that Batman was not included in this episode, especially given the fact that there was a case and a trial, and some detective work had to be done. We think Batman would have been shining here and would have solved the case himself from the very beginning. Well, this brings us to the end of today's video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel to get more videos like this one. Your support helps us grow, and tell me what you think about this story. Do you think Batman should have been there? Are you a fan of Green Lantern stories? Or do you like bigger picture stories that include the entirety of the Justice League? Let me know in the comments below. I read all of them. And if you're watching till now, thank you. I'll see you in another video soon.